All right, hi everybody. I would normally be waving, but you have
Jodes.
Jones, um, Supreme Lord of Chaos, Destroyer of Doors. He's the honorary DM tonight. But yeah, welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. This is session 113 uh, of the continued story of the Crass Menagerie. And in the last few sessions or so, the Menagerie had encountered an entity that has been confirmed to be a dragon that has made its lair in one of the many natural caverns of the Snoring Mountain. A uh, an extremely large swing on the cable, an extremely large mountain that seems to sit almost by itself at the northern edge of the Foxwoods, which are also part of a greater mass of forest known as the High Pines. Carver has been a point of interest and um, something on the to-do list since 105 sessions or so. Uh, it's been a long time getting here, but the menagerie has, um, as they were traversing through the inner chambers and caverns, they had, like I mentioned, stumbled across a green dragon's lair, um, and from there they fought said green dragon that proclaimed itself as the despoiler of virtue and the avatar of avarice. Um, However, they in the fight they did do fairly well. It had recharged an obnoxious amount of times with its breath weapon, um, and they did force it essentially um, to reveal its truest form, which upon hearing of the description and seeing it in person, the menagerie recognized that this is the storm cloud of green and purple that came roaring down the mountain some 400 or so years ago. Uh, that was a recollection of one evening's events. Um, Anyhow, the menagerie were able to survive. They managed to get out of the lair, um, and then they traversed a strange portion of the Foxwoods, um, where instead of being pine trees and oak trees and such, it's thick brambles and thickets. It's a damp, humid, almost suffocating jungle-like atmosphere where the greenery and the vegetation go right up to the side of the mountain. In fact, there was trees growing like from the side of the mountain and then like arching at like almost a 90-degree angle to get to the sun. The sky basically blotted out by a green canopy. Uh, the menagerie found themselves in this environment and, well, had to start walking. So they did, and they decided to head west because if for some reason something were to happen, at least they know Volpine should be west. And keeping the mountain to one side of them the entire time, they hope that this will help them leave this very difficult area to traverse. Through the through the next 4 or 5 days, um, traversing, there was communications made with Rock's Bag of Devouring, um, managing to, well, pull out a old piece of armor that he just happened to have lying around in its extra dimensional gut, which now Davis is able to use, um, as well as going back onto Rock. Rock was able to, well, have a brief dialogue with uh, Buna, a old turtle guide, someone from his village that always seemed to take care of him and care about Rock's well-being and enjoyed sharing stories. She managed to have a little chat with him out here in the Strangle Bark. Um, Sej was able to reach Navori Ray, the mayor of Volpine and once cleric, uh, devout to, well, she's still a cleric, I should say, adventuring cleric, devout to the Wilden, where in a very interesting way, yeah, they learned Stranglebark bad. Oh, dragon, rumors true. Stay to the side of the mountain. Get out of the bar. Get out of that forest as fast as you can. Um, and so they did. After 5 days of travel, uh, different tension levels for different characters, especially the addressment of yes, it's good to crack a joke and have fun while adventuring came up, but sometimes you got to be serious. Uh, and beyond that point, mostly solid. Well, not solid. How do you want to say it? Silent travel with the group. They did make it to the edge of the Spanglebark, denoted mostly by the fact that they were able to start seeing pine and oak trees. And while the foxwoods are relatively dense, it is nowhere as suffocating as the Spanglebarks. And here on the fourth or fifth night, traveling westward along the edge of the Snoring Mountain, the Menagerie found themselves making camp and resting and deciding what to do next. There is concern that they've maybe poked an angry dragon who will seek retribution, but there was discussions of possibly heading back to Volpine and possibly even all the way to the capital of this region, Whitlaw, which is, I don't know, ballparking 14 days away with good travel to resupply, um, deliver a relic that they have created now that houses the soul of a very evil hag to a specific friend and collector, or I guess interested party and collector. So we'll see what the menagerie does in session 113. Does anyone have any questions? Whoop.
Whoop.
All right. Well, like I said, as long as Jones is here, he's the honorary DM.
Nice.
We are in
Sorry.
for some chaos then.
Yes.
Hey, Jones, can I have inspiration? Thanks.
He's like, can you give me some wet food? And then you get it. What's cute and what you don't see the entire time off camera is his paw. It's constantly just going after one or two of the cables that I have, either my mouse cable or my camera cable. Just is barely like nudging. He's just like, touch, touch, poke.
Better than mine. Mine goes for the dice every time.
Yeah, they used to. Oh my God, when we first started playing, like way back when. Yeah, my dice could not survive outside of the bag. All right. So, it's evening. You guys are on the border of the Snoring Mountain, the Stranglebark, and the Foxwoods. Um, as mentioned, there were discussions of what to do next, where to embark. Head back to Carver to check on um, what the goings on, as you guys have probably been gone at this point for like 4 or 5 days. Oh, that's 4 or 5 days long. So at least a week probably
Yeah, I was
because you
gonna
were
say.
inside the mountain for a little while. Um, so yeah, I leave it to you. Something I would say like as a role play note, if anybody wishes to, speak up for Dragnar, I will. Otherwise, he did mention that he wants to make sure the dragon doesn't do anything stupid or hurt anybody. So keep that in mind when talking to him.
Yeah, I think most of our discussions, we figured we'd head back into town. Our best lead, if you'd call it that, seems to be seeking out the kobolds, seeing if we can learn from them how we can get back in towards the path that goes through those three constellations whose names I don't have right in front of me, but I have in my notes.
Yeah, and since Scorpion's Tail, Bending Rivers, or Bending River, and then Guiding Stars,
That's what's.
which is as mentioned because we do have some people that would travel by star and some other, naturalists. They are constellations that are nowhere near one another. Um, in fact, it's kind of odd. And if you guys would recall, someone brought it up last session that the spirit of that what was it? The ephemeral fire spirit that kind of looked like the head of a fox that intervened in the conflict with the dragon. Mentioned the constellations. I think like carved into this mountain or something like that was the wording. So
To Carver.
okay, so it is this night. So we can quickly.
One more thing. Well, we're supposed to also, or did we even figure out in character that we're possibly to try to fight the dragon again to finish it?
Yeah, but we wanted to seek out the fox spirit first.
So we're to talk to the kobolds to seek out more that they know about the mountain in plural, basically. Then.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because so my understanding is remember Davis was unconscious at the time, but the fox spirit basically said the kobolds would be able to help guide us to where we need to go in order to help find him, or find his way, our way to the heart of the mountain. Presumably towards to that spirit. And
Sure.
that
I
spirit
just wanted
definitely wants this
to.
guy, the dragon, gone because he sees him as like an interloper. So
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify if we're just like singing and raising banners like we're off to kill the dragon, let's go. Kind of, but not exactly.
yeah,
Not in that spirit. I feel cool. Sorry.
no, you got
Just
it.
wanted to clarify a little bit.
No apologies. So if there's not too much that wishes to be done this evening, um, we'll say evening will set up as per usual. Um, Loon is in that oversized fox form, the dire fox essentially. Um, Keeping watch and guard with Pebble to assist you guys through the night's watch. Um, do you guys wish to set up some sort of watch rotation or just kind of go loosey-goosey on the border of the Foxwoods and the Strangle Bark?
Well, we definitely need watches, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
We were told this area was dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just double checking. So, I guess can I get a watch order for the evening?
I'll go first.
All right. Dregnar's got dark vision, so he'll go first or second. Doesn't matter.
He can go second. I'll go first.
Okay. Anyone joining? Davis.
Are we? Yeah, I'll join Davis.
All right, Davis, we're on. Dregnar. It's very hard for me to type. If someone would be so kind to type it in Roll20 for me. So
Sure.
Davis Rock, Dregnar, and it's not Sedge because Sedge is always the morning watch.
Right.
He beats the sun. So don't take this away from Sedge.
So
We'll just go ahead.
Alec Karros want to go second?
Uh, we'll just say Al's eating. So Karos, you can go second, and then Dregnar, or sorry, and then Al, you'll go third, just so you have most time to shove food down your throat. You're eating in real life. Okay, perfect.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
All right, awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so as you guys have kind of been accustomed to camping in this very thick and humid and difficult terrain, it's kind of refreshing to be on the border and actually more in the piney woods again, where you can actually see the ground, you can see pine cones and pine needles and all that. The air actually flows more easily through, even though they are dense pine woods. Um, you still get a breeze and stuff coming through the night, every once in a while, kind of whistling as it, you know, heads by the trees. Um, Davis, as you're on watch with Rook, is there anything you guys wish to focus on individually, together, or just in general watching duties?
Just for fun, I'll say, now that it looks like we're out of whatever that jungle area was called, weren't the swine folk in these woods, like, and pretty far from Volpine? I wonder if they're out here somewhere. You muted yourself, CJ, I think, as you were about to talk.
Oh, we've had it backwards.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I kind of want to go wander around, and have a look.
Yeah, you go ahead. It's fine. Just don't get lost.
Okay. Well, yeah. Heck yeah.
I got you.
I'll see if I can I'll find them. I'll try not to get lost.
Just be careful.
Yeah. Cool.
And then
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thanks.
go. I'm going to dig through Al's pack for the horn to say like, or whoever's got it. I actually don't know who has it. I think Al does, but I'm not sure.
Al.
I
Yeah.
usually hang on to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just be like, yeah. If don't go more than like I don't know, whatever, a couple 100 feet. I guess. I don't know. Stay close-ish.
Yeah. No, I'll make sure.
Just see if you see
Okay.
anything that sticks out, maybe.
I'll leave Pebble here, and she'll give you a sign if there's trouble.
Okay.
And
Wouldn't
I
it be
got
better if you just use Pebble to go look? Actually, come to think of it.
No, but I wanna see my people.
Okay.
I wanna see if Bob Marley's still around. You see how he's grown up. This is very exciting.
I don't know that they're out here. I was just, maybe.
And then Pam, maybe I'll see Pam
Or Grissa. Yeah.
or Grissa. Yeah. Wait, what? Pam was a dryad too, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pan.
Pan.
Pan. Yes, Pan. It's like that.
Not Pam from The Office.
It's like they got confused on Step Brothers. I always mess it up too.
I guess.
Touch my drums.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander off to the west.
Cool. It's a lot easier to travel through this than it has been for the last 4 or 5 days. You hear the sounds of, various chirping bats swooping through, getting mosquitoes and other bugs in the night. The air is, cool, and like I said, it manages to actually move through the forest, so it is breezy and chill. How are you going in darkness? Do you have a light spell? Did you set your third eye to dark vision? Is it what?
No. Oh yeah, my third eye.
Forget about that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I had still set on invisible, and I didn't switch it at all, so we'll leave it
I
as
figured.
invisible. Who knows? Maybe I'll find invisible treasure. No, I have just light, not my dancing light, just regular light on my staff.
Okay.
All
right.
Actually, no. You know what? Since how dark is it? Like, is it dark? Are we talking dusk? Are we talking pitch black?
I would say it would be dark at this point since you guys are on watch and everything.
Okay, I'll keep the dancing lights, so I'll keep concentration up on them and have them moving with me, and that way I can just kind of like spread out my zone of vision a little further.
Sure. Understood. Very well. So, as you kind of have a travel west, go ahead and since it's you, give me a survival check to see how well you are at keeping your return path home. Firstly, if Rock likes to just get, aimlessly rocked in the woods.
Natural 20 on the clack, clack, quack, quack.
Nice.
All right, very nice. So that would be like a
25.
Yeah,
Survival.
25. Yeah, it's total. So, you do a fairly good job of always keeping a, s- a means to a line of sight on the little campfire that you guys have that's very small and contained at nighttime. And you're kind of looking out. You said you were looking for signs of the swine folk.
Swine folk,
So,
dryads, and sort of like, and signs of like a civilization out here.
okay. Go ahead and you can go ahead and give me that perception check. At advantage because you got your shield and you have light sources to help you and everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh wait. Okay. Woo.
advantage,
I thought
come
it was a 3 and a 1, but it was a 3 and a 14. So perception, that's 19 total.
19 total. Okay. So you're not venturing off too far because you're being cognizant of um, what David said. Knowing the distance on the horn and all that, you might push your limits at some point and be able to successfully be very confident in yourself being able to successfully get back. Um, as you're spending, I don't know, a few hours of the watch, kind of just perusing and looking and searching, you come across a like a spear that's been forgotten here. It's not of any notable design. Uh, Simple. It's like a branch that's been, removed of all the little twigs on it. Uh, some very crude wrappings on it of like poor leathers. It says hand grips. A point that seems to be made of like an antler that's been further sharpened by, some means of grinding or whatnot. Uh, and as you kind of see it, you kind of maybe approach it just as you noticed it. And when you put your foot down, you feel this like crunching sound. And you look down and you've stepped on a pile of small bones with very crude leathers on them. And as you kind of step back, you see that this is a long dead. What is this? You can give me a medicine check or an investigation check if you wish.
Okay. Oh wow, I guess I'll go investigation for 23.
3. Um, it's face down. It's small. It's picked clean. Um, but there is very distinct skeletal characteristics to it, and it looks like a little kobold that has probably died here a long time ago.
Oh, can I? At just one? I look around. Is there just the one body?
Go ahead and give me another perception check, again with advantage.
16.
All right. So as you see this one and you kind of start changing your gaze, moving your dancing lights around, to try to, almost like orbital drones trying to help you see, you notice that where you guys are and where you've walked, there's a lot less larger trees. And there's a few, there's some large ones, but there's a lot more like the saplings, well, not true saplings, but ones that maybe are only 10 to 15 feet as opposed to these large 30 plus foot, 40 plus foot pines and oaks. And as you're kind of scanning and you're kind of moving the lights around, you see there's a dead kobold, there's a dead kobold, there's a dead kobold, there's a dead kobold, there's a dead kobold. And then you kind of see as you kind of step back and look behind you, look in front of you, look behind you, look in front of you. The reason it's been so easy to see where you guys have been camping is because you guys naturally picked almost like a scarred area where life is coming back to it. And there's a few dozen or more, and covered in pines and different oak leaves, and yeah.
Um. Yeah. Okay. I'm. I'm gonna. Kobolds. I'm gonna. There's too many of them for me to do anything with. I guess I'll just kind of be like, hey, this looks. I didn't know any of you, but kobold friends, wherever you are, hope you're resting peacefully now. And yeah, I guess I hope your deaths were quick. And I'm gonna get out of here because I don't know what killed you. So go back to camp quickly.
So yeah, as you're kind of in a huff, not in a huff, turn around, going back quickly, you do see that on the way out, as your eyes are kind of wandering, kind of keeping caution, that you do see the remnants of maybe like an old leather tent. Um, Not necessarily like the camping style, but more of like a more permanent structure that's been ripped to sunders and shreds, and just basically like just a little bit of it, like the framework's still there. And then you see maybe that there was like a little pit in the ground, that maybe there was like a fireplace or a fire pit, and you're just like walking, you're starting to pick up on all these things. Uh, Davis, it's been a couple hours while Rock has been kind of searching and doing stuff. Is there anything you would have been doing on your watch?
Yeah, one thing I was thinking of. So presumably we're gonna find our way to this series of constellations as like corridors or something like that. So, and it's my understanding that they're on the glaive when I summon them, right?
Yeah, they
So,
always in the same order, kind of in the same place. There's a lot of extra like little fuzz, as I would call it, like light fuzz,
okay,
but it's always
got
like
it.
those three main constellations, which were very initially heavily obscured because you weren't looking for them.
Yeah,
But now that
since
you know, yeah,
since I wasn't super familiar with them, what I would do is, summon the glaive, kind of try and get it in my mind, and then use, I don't know, like I've got some stuff in my bag, but basically kind of draw in the dirt or something what they are to kind of start memorizing them a little bit so that I'll be able to tell like once we're traversing them, and I'll just keep them on the ground so that I can study them, and then resummon the glaive again just to make sure that they look right, just to kind of get it all etched into my memory.
I get it. So yeah, you kind of brushing aside the, you guys always like kind of clean out the area when you make your camp, but find another place and just make sure that there's no extra pine or
Right.
leaves. Get rid of the small rocks and start doing that as you're, constellations up,
Yeah.
lava down, constellations up, lava down.
Right.
Um, Go ahead and give me you can either do survival or for your sake, it is tapping into your navigational skills with reading constellations and all that.
Okay. So
Um,
survival with proficiency then, I guess.
yeah, or the navigators with
Oh
with
yeah,
your
navigators.
proficiency.
So intelligence
Your
or
choice
wisdom?
of intelligence or wisdom.
Okay, so I'll do navigators tools.
Okay.
Ew, not
Uh,
so good though. 9.
9. Um, so it's not too difficult to get the general, uh, the constellations, and they're ones you've heard of, but they're not necessarily super familiar. Um, like the Scorpion's tail is most notable for having like a very sharp hook into it. Like it looks like the stinger is exaggerated and the tail kind of follows. Um, the Bending River, it just basically, based on how the stars are, it kind of draws like not quite 45-degree angle points, but it's like almost like an exaggerated M that keeps going with extra bumps. So like, boop 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 boop
Yeah,
boop.
got it.
And then the guiding stars, they're not like a constellation that you would like imagine and like draw, make lines to create the structure from. They're just known because of three stars that are very close to each other and they're rather bright. And that one just because it's kind of like the equivalent of like what we have like the North Star.
Right.
Um, and again, you don't know much about the constellations except for the guiding star, and but you see the symbols and you're able to draw them out. Um, how they are portrayed in a mountain, you have no idea. You have
Yeah.
a hunch,
So
I
that's
guess.
kind
You
of what I
really
was just
have
trying to like. For one, just get the order in my head so that I'm like, okay, so this, and then like sort of think like if they were connected, what it would just kind of start working through what that might be like in my head, so that I may recognize it once we're in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that being said, you're not sure how to draw the connection because even in the um
Hello, Jones.
even yes, he's like, hello, I am the Lord of Chaos. Even with the way that the glaive is, I have my desk back.
Yay.
Yes. They're not even drawn like connected. That's one thing that you've noticed.
Oh, okay.
They're there, but they're always in the same order, kind of
Were
always
they?
in the same.
But they were connected on that stone tablet, though, right? I would get that out as well and start looking at that, because that it
Uh,
was like a portion of it was
yeah.
those constellations,
So
right?
yeah. So the way that that worked is now that you've been accustomed to the glaive, the tales, the stories, the what the Snoring Lodge told you, what Dregnar pointed out with like the where the tablet tells the story of the
Yeah.
the
Forge
was it
masters and such.
the furnace and what the Forge Masters, that in it there was like a, how did I say it, like a trail of precious metal that was melted through,
Ah, right.
and that's where you kind of see the constellations kind of coming through. It's like a hidden message inside of the tablet. But it's in the same order. So it's Scorpion's Tail, Bending River, and Guiding
Cool.
Stone.
And
So you're
occasionally I would
definitely
do
on.
my actual watch portion.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check as you're on watch.
Sure. That would be 11.
Okay. You hear some of the little whistling sounds as the wind blows. Occasional snapping of some twigs or some branches and stuff, but nothing seems to come in close to the camp. Yeah, normal sounds that you would hear. The crack of the fire. That's your night so far. And then after you kind of, I guess, would lose track of how long you were just kind of studying the constellations and the glaive, and
Yeah, I'd be like, man, Rock is gone for a while. Jeez, maybe you found him.
you know, and then like as it comes to your recognition that he's been gone for a while. Rock, we'll jump back to you as you're heading back to the camp, um, giving your, you know, I don't know how do you say it, like I don't know, funeral rites or whatnot. I really don't know the proper word to say it, but wishing the bodies and whatever memory might be left of them that they had a quick departure. Um, you rolled a 16, right? I think that's what it was.
Yep.
You're starting to head back to camp, and you can see Davis about 50, 60 feet out. And you see like Davis is kind of looking off in a direction, not the way that you went. So you're coming back from the west, and Davis at this moment is maybe looking, to the east. And as you're starting to um, get close to camp, you you see a silhouette of a little figure against a tree, kind of like looking kind of like around the tree. And then as your eyes kind of glaze, meet its, and one of your orbs starts moving, it kind of ducks behind a tree.
Uh, hello, friend. I'm meaning no harm. Uh, behind the tree there. Again, no harm. I'll hold my hands up and just like, are you okay? You can say hi if you want. We have food. If you'd like some food.
No food. I has food. You don't see the person, just kind of you just hear their voice from behind the tree.
Oh, okay. Well, do we have a fire going?
Yeah,
Yep.
a little bit. Yeah, like you see Davis around the fire, but you're not there
Yeah,
quite yet. Yeah.
you can come sit by the fire if you like. It's warm. Again, no harm. We're just friendly travelers trying to get out of these woods.
Why you come from the bad woods?
We were in the mountain, and we kind of then there was a stuff happened, and it just we got out of the mountain, and we had to kind of go in a hurry, and we got lost, and then yeah, now we're just in these woods. I feel like we've been in these woods forever. I hope they end soon. Now, do you know if they end soon? Are you from here?
Yes, I from mountain. I from woods. I'm from area, but I don't know you. Why are you from the Badwoods?
Like I said, we were just lost. Uh, we we were we were actually looking for some kobold friends that we wanted to ask some questions to. Nothing crazy, just about the mountain. There's a lot of stories about this mountain.
Why you look for kobold? We uh we do nothing wrong. We
No,
here.
no, we. So hi, kobold friend. Um, no, we do not think you've done anything wrong. We actually wanted to see if you guys needed any help, and maybe if you could help us a little bit. We we were in Carver, and we heard stories in Carver. It sounds like things were kind of bad there, and
People in Carver know like kobolds. Very few like kobolds.
we learned that, and that's very unfair.
But you said
Uh,
you're from Carver, so you know like kobold.
no. We were in Carver, but I'm not from Carver. I'm from a little village very far away from here. I'm just a traveler.
But you came from Badwoods. Your story make no sense.
Well, you're right. It doesn't sound very good, but I promise no harm. You can bring friends if you want. My friends are over here. My buddy Davis is just sitting by the fire. Everyone else is sleeping. Um, I'm gonna like whistle to see if Pebble will come over.
Sure.
She knows.
Yeah, you whistled Davis, you'll kind of see that, well, Pebble's been kind of just, you know, perched on Dregnar's sleeping bag as Dregnar's like tucked in sleeping, just kind of sitting on his bag. She seemingly flutters up and flies off quickly. You kind of trail your head,
Yeah.
and you see a few of the globes of Rock as he's been, 50, 60 feet away. And as you kind of Rock, as you said, just whistle for Pebble, you don't get a response from that person. And in fact, you don't even hear them leaving. You don't see them leaving because you never made
Oh,
eye contact with them, or
yeah.
never,
Okay. I'll just kind of yell. Oh, okay. If you've left, safe travels, friend.
Davis, you would
Uh,
hear this.
Yeah.
we'll be here a while. We'd like to talk to you some more.
Rock, who are you talking to?
I'll head over to Davis. It'll be a little more quiet.
Also, they're sleeping. Yeah.
He said we when I mentioned kobolds. So I think it was a kobold. I didn't really get to see him. He was behind a tree. Very shy little fella.
It's like right here.
Yeah, he was watching me. There's like a kobold graveyard near here, but not really a graveyard. More a, like a like a lot of them just got killed, and it's very sad. Um, so I came back because I don't know how long ago that stuff happened.
Wait, like you
And they
saw
got dead.
kobold
Bones.
bodies?
It's
Oh,
been a while. It
bones.
was bones, and a shattered tent, and just sad. And then a little kobold, but he. I may have not. I, I said we were in Carver, and he didn't like that. I know he also came from when he says the Badwoods. We didn't like that either.
Okay.
He didn't like my stories.
I mean, he's missing out, but uh, this is
But we
a
wanted
lot.
kobolds, right? I found one, but
No, we do. I don't know that I want one that's sneaking around our camp and may have killed a bunch of kobolds for all we know. I don't know. He may have done that.
No, he seemed to be very not. He said Carver doesn't like kobolds, and we're from Carver, so we must not like kobolds. I don't think he was killing kobolds himself. I think they're just shy.
And you didn't see where they went. They just.
No, he just I saw him kind of behind a tree, and we talked back and forth. I showed him I was peaceful, and then he's just gone. But I mean, they know we're here, and I said we're friends, and I said you could bring friends.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, let's not invite people we're not super familiar with to come to our
But we
camp while
want
we're out
kobolds.
into it.
I
Yeah,
think this is the exact people we wanted to talk to.
maybe. I mean, maybe. Let's get back to town first before we start inviting people to come visit us whenever the heck they decide they want to, because we don't really know what's going on out here.
I can tell you if we meet other ones, they don't like the woods that we're coming out of. Uh,
Oh, well, I
to
don't
the
either. I don't blame
bad
them.
woods. Yeah. And they don't. I don't think they like Carver very much, which I can't blame them.
I'm surprised they would like these woods either if they're apparently dying by the dozens. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You know,
I said a few words for
we
them,
maybe
but
should check that out in the morning. I don't know.
yeah.
That's weird. But I'm getting kind of tired. I think it's about time for someone else to take a watch. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, you could go wake those. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go get Karos and Dragnar. Wake up, friends. Are you muted, Adam?
Good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was gonna say, yeah, you get your friends up. Before doing so, throw a couple more dried branches and some kindling onto the fire, and Rock and Davis, you find yourselves
I'll tell.
getting some rest.
I-
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Go
tell
ahead.
both of them. But once I get both of them up, I'll be like, "Hey, keep your eyes out for it." Rock seemed to think that there was. Well, not seemed to think. Rock found someone checking out our camp, and they think it was a kobold. So could be good. Could be accidental fortune. Good fortune for us. But also, he said he found a bunch of dead kobold skeletons not that far from here to the west. So I thought maybe we would check it out tomorrow. I don't know. Just be careful. It's like nothing came in or anything. Like we're safe, I think, but it's weird.
Bernard will say, got it. Kobolds, Rock, more friends.
Maybe.
Makes sense.
Anyway, night.
Night. So before anything, Karos, is there anything you would like to do, or yada yada on the watch?
Kyle.
Kyle fell asleep.
Uh, well, since while we're waiting to see Kyle gets back, I'm gonna not go to sleep,
Sure.
and I'm gonna kind of just go back just to the outskirts of camp again, and I just be like, hey, Kobold friends, if you're there, and you don't want to meet the rest of the camp, I'll just hang out here for the night. You can come talk to me again, and then I'll just like sit with my back against the tree and just try to stay awake as long as I can.
Gotcha. Um, one thing that will happen, at some point when you do that, Dragnar will just be like, put his hand on your shoulder as you're sitting there. It's like, and point. They're that way. That's where you saw. The,
The bones,
yeah.
yeah, there's so many and you can't miss it.
Okay. Um, I'll be back. And you just see him kind of through the shadows, through the shadows, through the
Is
shadows.
is Pebble able to follow him to that, or does she lose him when he does that?
No, he's going in a fairly straight line.
Okay, yeah, Pebble will go with.
Okay. You'll see that he looks back and sees Pebble is kind of flying with him. Like, so Dregnar will get to. Um, Actually, I didn't have him roll me any dice because
I
he
can
was
roll.
kind of short on. Yeah, roll me a d20.
Okay. Just a D20. Big
Uh,
fat
yeah,
10.
10. So 10 plus his bonuses, 16. Okay, so he manages to find the location that you kind of told him. It's not too difficult. He quickly picks up on the fact that it's a narrow cut meteor. And he finds a body, finds another one, kind of looks down, picks it up. Go ahead and give me a medicine check for him,
Sure.
whoever wants to.
Oh, that's cocked. 8.
8, 8, 10. Okay, that's literally all he needed. So 10 total. They're dead for a long time. Poor little bastards. All right. And then Pebble will see that Dregnar will find what he thinks is the center of this space. And he will, well, crack his neck a little bit. You know, sit down in a meditative stance. Close his eyes. And then just think on what happened here. Give me 2d20s at advantage.
So
Or sorry,
4 total.
no, sorry, yeah.
Just one roll at
2d20s,
advantage.
give me, yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, the higher roll.
1 and a 19.
19, okay, jeez. All right, so yeah, he definitely hits what he needed to with that natural 19. For the sake of making it cinematic, Pebble will see that as Dregnar is kind of sitting there, his head will start to kind of sway and bob, and it starts to kind of move faster and faster, and you see like when the rapid eye movement when his eyes are closed, kind of as someone's sleeping. And he kind of sees what happened here. This was a kobold village. There were quite a few. He sees the um, a pack or so, a large pack, migrating from somewhere. He doesn't know where, but eventually settling here because they're following um, the storm. And uh, eventually, what he sees is that the storm turns on the kobolds that followed him, and and as almost a maybe retribution for them doing something or whatnot. But he basically sees like many of the kobolds being killed by the quote unquote storm cloud. Kind of snaps back into his self and then poor bastards. And actually, with the 19, he would have understood how they think about it because like with his bonuses, I think it's like a 25 or 26 city world, maybe even higher. Giving y'all some insight that what he'd gleam and then share with y'all is that yeah, the kobolds came here long ago, traveling, following this storm, the dragon, and they were under it. They were servitude. They served it. Something seems to have caused them to have a falling out with it, and then a number of them got some backlash and were very quickly wiped out. But a lot of them also dispersed and scurried away. And likely those that have survived in Carver and in the Storing Mountain are the descendants of those kobolds.
Cool.
So,
Well, not cool, but interesting.
yeah. So,
Did Dragnar just speak with the dead? Wow.
Spoke with the shadows like he does all the time.
this is a shadow meditation stuff. The history. Yeah, so yeah,
So
why
can
not?
he do that? That's awesome.
Yeah, so mechanically what he can do, once in a while, he can go into a meditation. Uh, this is not a materia class feature. This is a story element, based on the story that he provided me. And all you need to know is the shadows see everything, and the shadows record history. And sometimes he can tap into that.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, so he comes out of his meditative stance, finds some exposed, he, I will say this, he spends the the rest of his watch just burying the little bodies, just finding where they are and just kind of making sure that they, with his hands, kind of digging a little, putting them, covering them, digging another one, covering them. So when he comes back from his watch, if Kyle, if you're here, you'll see that it's not going to be too unobvious if his hands are filthy, his arms are, like he looks like he's dirty. Just kind of comes back. I don't want to talk about it. Just lays back, and that's how he ends his watch.
I like it.
So
Like a dog
Any-
digging in the backyard.
Just a lot of it.
just a lot.
I just
Give me,
buried 400 bones.
give me 2 seconds, guys.
Do we have a Kyle?
You back, Suki?
No.
No. Okay, that's okay. Real life happens.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be the end of his shift. If you want to try to fight and stay awake, Rock, you can go ahead and give me a Constitution check.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
All right. The DC is fairly high just because of the type of travel you'll have done. But
Constitution check, so just +3 then, right?
Save, right?
it could be a save. Sorry, yeah, Constitution save. Sorry.
Oh, save. Oh, that's way better. 21 total.
21. Yeah. So you're like you find yourself kind of nodding off, but you do manage to like find another wind at night, and you do see what I described as like Dregnar, like coming back into camp, and he's sooty and filthy, and he'll look at you and say, "They're in a better place." And then when he walks by Karis, I say, "I don't want to talk about it," and then he goes to sleep.
As he says that to me, I would just nod and just barely so he could hear it. I would just say thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So next shift would be Al and Stej. Rock, you're still managing to stay awake. So
Oh yeah,
not it.
I'm up for the night. I know I'll get exhaustion, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and fight it all night just to see.
Gotcha. So Donnie and Al, anything from you guys?
Yeah. Al, anything you first?
Nothing big. No. After you.
Are we in like some kind of tent or hut? What was it? Hut, right?
I don't
That's.
know if we did
Huh,
the
I
hut.
didn't. I didn't declare.
Well, is
The thing about
Normally I
doing the
would've.
huts, yeah, then like Al can't really even do a watch so much as like you could just do it from in the hut, but
I'm headcanoning that Suki's outside, like fell asleep on watch. on
Kyle.
accident.
Yeah.
sure.
Just
I'm gonna walk out and be like, "Oh, hey, Al, I think he's still sleeping. Must have been rough travel."
you hear this really like low rumbling like purr as he sleeps.
Tremors on the ground.
Just make sure whatever you do, just do it quietly. He deserves his rest, of course.
Mhm. Wait, if he fell asleep early through his watch, is Rock still staying up through the second? Wait, was he on the second? I don't know.
Hmm. I think I fell asleep before that even happened. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I kind of just wake up at the same time anyway.
I need to be woken up for that. So transfer of watch is usually a good way to get me up to this early, because.
Well, let us watch the precipice with some care at least. But when dawn hits, I'm gonna take a good look at our surroundings.
Nice be really nice to see a sunrise without all that jungle blocking it all out. Probably see it closer to the horizon today. Fantastic.
True. It's okay though. I take advantage of when I do get a good sunrise, but we all have a little bit of a sun within ourselves, so it's okay. and I'm gonna like take out my backpack and my lap while if there's like a cliff or a precipice, I'm gonna like sit on that so I can like keep somewhat of an overwatch. But I'm gonna rifle through my bag.
Say that there's like a few larger boulders that have like kind of fallen off the mountain over, how long of a period of time, and then just natural sediment and stuff has built up on it, so you almost have like a natural, like for camping's sake, it was like a natural kind of backdrop to kind of keep one side protected. But for you, you're able to kind of get up there and just kind of observe. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys don't have anything too specific, by all means tell me if there is something you're doing, but eventually just go ahead and give me that perception checks as you're on watch for when the sun starts to crest above the
Hey,
horizon.
hey, Al, you don't happen to have anything like just some like tobacco or something, do you?
Uh, don't think so, but I got a lot of stuff in here that I haven't been to the bottom of this bag in a long time. He's gonna go and dump it on the ground.
Mhm.
See, got a spoon for rocks, some resin. Oh, this wand is so fantastic with the noises.
Hmm.
Did
Except
you
for
absorb one of those sounds into the wand or no?
I don't think I think it's been a while.
Okay.
Don't they expire when I sleep?
Yeah, well, they would expire, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to
Ah.
absorb the sound of the like you dumping your bag or something.
I love that idea. I'll do it if I can. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because if I remember right, that's how the wand worked, right?
Ability. Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it
Uh,
it has absorbed the sound for each expended you can spend a charge to a non-living. Yeah, so yeah, you can basically absorb that sound. So you have to remember what sound you've absorbed.
mhm. Regains at dawn. Sorry, lose it at dawn.
Well, we'll
Customers
we'll say
down
like
are
the
lost
start of
daily.
recharge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
Hey,
like you recharged. Now you're using a charge to
hell yeah.
absorb one of the sounds. Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool. Rifling through the rest of the bag though. No, nothing. No tobacco. Nothing smokable unless there's resin, but I don't think that's good for your health.
Mm.
Try.
The things I do have are a little too potent.
Hmm.
Sometime to pass the time, I'd like to find something that I could just stick in my pipe and smoke it, you know?
Sounds familiar. Anyway,
Mhm.
amongst the menagerie at least, I know. Pretty sure Rock had a pipe, but can't remember last
I
time
know
anybody else
I
with
know
one.
between us we could definitely use like the bowl or something that Dregnar has to create some like willy-nilly, like anyways, but
I ain't waking him up at this hour.
I I don't wish to farm I don't wish to get some ire from that one. He needs sleep too, so waking up waking him up just for tobacco just to smoke willy-nilly sounds like a bad idea.
Can, can I hear them talking from my tree?
Yeah, I mean,
I I'll yell out, "Hey, Sag, here!" I'm gonna
Oh,
throw
you're throwing me what?
my pipe.
Oh, I have a pipe. I just need something to smoke with it.
Well, now you got
Oh,
two.
well, see, that's what Rock's tired. So I'm throwing my
I
pipe.
yeah,
I
got it.
I catch the pipe and I look at it for a second to see, Rock, I have a very nice pipe. And I chuck it back at you.
I don't fumble it. Well, what did you want a pipe for if you have a pipe?
I need to I never mind. I wanted to I don't know. I like passing time with a morning smoke sometimes. It was customary and it just
Oh,
feels right.
oh, I'm tired. Um,
Yeah, why aren't you sleeping?
there might be kobolds out here. Okay.
What?
Here, and I throw my pouch of tobacco and other things.
Did we have visitors?
Oh yeah, there was a kobold who he maybe it was. I don't know. I think I scared him off. He was watching us.
Oh,
He-
I
I think he's gone. I tried to be his friend.
well, I mean, I can't blame you for that.
Yeah.
With that in mind, I'm going to keep a keen eye for any movement in the tree lines at all.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
And with his pack, I'm gonna do you have tobacco or anything in it?
I have a variety of things in it. And I'm too tired to tell you what they are in game.
Oh
But
God.
I'll tell you how to. Yeah, there's some just normal like pipe. I guess tobacco and
I'm
there's
gonna
some.
rifle through your stuff, and if anything looks like pack tobacco that I could just stick in there and smoke it, if it looks like it, if you want me to roll for something,
Ah,
be my guest. But I'm gonna stuff it into my pipe and light it with my finger if thaumaturgy can do that in my head or something, or just take the campfire and light it if
yeah,
it's packed real tight.
As
uh,
long as you don't eat the mushroom, you'll be fine.
yeah, yeah. He's looking for tobacco. It's fine. It's not like the most difficult thing to recognize. So you do
Yeah.
find some packed, and you're kind of get a little brand, get some of the embers on to ignite some of the loose kindling on it that you kind of packed in it, light the tobacco, and you're greeting the morning with your perception check. So go ahead and as you're scanning for any type of movement or anything that would catch your eye, as Al rolled a 2 for an 11 because
I'm
Oh
expertise in
wow.
perception.
I'm repacking my bag, and I'm like, this could fit more tightly. This is not as efficient as it could be. So he keeps like putting things in and out. He's like, can I alphabetize a bag's contents? How do?
Okay.
Waste like 30
Come
minutes on
on,
that.
dice, don't fail me.
I
Let's
need you.
go. Yeah. Oh, dirty 20.
Nice. So was it 25? No, it's more than that. It's got to be
No,
No,
no, no,
dirty
no, no,
20.
no,
That's
no.
20
It's
total.
a 12. Yeah,
12. Oh,
it's
you're
20
gotta
total
be
is what I
11.
meant. Yeah, it's a
Um,
12. I have +8 perception.
yeah. All right.
I'm a very
So
perceptive, large-eared, satellite-eared, good-eyed
Boop, 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 boop,
outfit.
boop.
yeah.
I got
Uh,
IDAR.
yeah. So the sun is, night is no longer here, right? The sun has come up and you're keeping an eye out for it. Whatever movement you can spot. Um, Rock, you kind of settled back in, and I'll say you don't fall asleep, but you're definitely in that moment where your eyes are closed and you're just listening to everything around you. Uh, Instead, you're kind of, taking a huff, taking a puff, working with Hal to build up the fire so you can get, your food set up for the morning. And have it ready for the guys as they, wake up to head back to Carver. Um, you don't see anything. I mean, you see like the birds starting to jump from branch to branch, singing. Um, you see various little bugs getting up. You see that little, that little where you see like the pollen and dust that's that like through the air, as it's like the sun is reflecting off of it. But what you hear is this very faint um sound of like a small object falling into a cup, and it's kind of repeated. Like you hear and then eh, and it's just off to the sound into the distance. Uh, we'll say to the north of you. And as you kind of turn and look, you don't see anything, but you just hear this little sound of, again, the best way I can explain it is like a little object making contact with like a little wooden bowl, maybe. And then a little grunt afterwards.
Ow. Hey, ow. I'm trying to be very quiet.
What? Huh?
Do you hear that?
I'll like a meerkat. He's like, huh?
Are you alphabetizing your backpack?
You can tell?
Anyways,
Am I doing it? Okay.
no,
Okay.
don't worry about that. I can hear something. I think that way. And I point towards the north. But Do you have how far away does it sound? Is it quite a distance?
Uh, 60
Definitely not
to
within visible distance, right?
no, I mean it, it's not that far away. I would say no more than like 70 or 80 feet. That's probably more along the lines of 60 and closer.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
do you have any idea on how to make footsteps quieter?
mm, only very aggressively. I can turn you into something that's very quiet, but
Um,
but that's taxing.
would I be able to speak in such form?
Only what the animal would normally be able to speak. You can still think,
Oh,
mostly.
Loon kind of walks up next to y'all.
I'm gonna turn to
Quieter.
Loon Loon and be like, shh, with my finger up my mouth.
Oh,
She looks to you, Al,
give her a pet.
sits down, just waiting for an
Can Loon
order.
Loon get me there quieter than my. I look at my hooves. I not very quiet in the woods.
He can. Okay, I'm drawing blank. Okay, out of game. I can telepathically communicate with her. Just
Yeah.
as far as understanding, I don't think it's verbal. I don't think she can
No,
talk
yeah,
back verbally.
no, but she completely understands you, right?
Hmm.
You
And
give her a
then,
language, she completely understands that language. She can communicate with you telepathically. Um, so like you could think like Lunlin, go check it out, and she can, you know,
mm,
go do what Lunlin does.
then she doesn't have a. She would probably speak fox, and I don't think animals can cross talk, to my understanding. But I don't want to scare it away. She's probably the stealthiest. No, +4.
She's like wiggling her butt. She's like,
Spelling.
tell me to do it.
Oh,
Tell
she
me
wa-
to do it.
she wants to go though. Oh,
Hmm.
she wants to give it a try. What do you think?
I think so, and I think might have an idea. I'm gonna guidance Loon Loon,
Okay.
Ooh,
Give me
and
a
Loon Loon is big enough for me to get on her back, right?
uh
okay.
yeah, because she's a reskinned dire wolf in this form
Mhm.
with fox stats
I am
rather.
a Loxodon, mind you. Heavy.
Yes, you're still a medium-sized creature. I get that.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
You're right.
Al, check the roll 20, chat.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Da-da. Language. Okay, so I can understand what language I speak. Okay, okay. It's always
I'm
if
assuming it's
it's one
usually
on
common.
one. If it's one on one, I want to be
yeah,
infernal.
Oh, wow.
yeah. He did mention that before.
That's
No, I
true.
remember him mentioning it. Like, no, I
Just one.
want Loon to speak Infernal
Just,
or
just
understand
one.
it.
That was when you were like initial in the actual direwolf form, I think, right?
I
Like
think so.
when we
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
near the
yeah,
choke and stuff, I think.
yeah. With the basilisk hunting. Yeah.
If you ever speak to a succubus, put in a good word for me.
So Al is just
Lulu.
like yelling like like
Yeah.
at Loon Loon. We're just like, what the fuck?
And it just saying, "Good day."
It's like I love you,
Uh,
Loon Loon, but it's like ooh, ah.
Wow.
So guttural, so raw.
So, so Loon being guidanced by the sun and Sej, will start to very sneakily sneak off. Um, I would imagine foxes have some sort of really good dexterity and or stealth. So you can give me a stealth check with her with a direwolf stats, but you can be proficient and you can roll a d4 for the guidance.
Okay, D4. Last bit. Did you say proficient?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her proficiency because I see a fox as being, even though she's large, she's still a fox. So,
Well,
They walk naturally light on their
her
feet. So
proficiency would
oh,
be
there it
for the
is.
sake of, yeah, I
It's
think it's a
IC
two.
+2. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Total. 2 plus 1. 16.
Huh, not bad. So yeah, you kind
Um,
of see.
real quick, I want to say that Owl knows up front that he has much higher stealth than this, so he's watching from a distance, kind of smiling, like, "Hope this goes well. I want to give them a chance."
Okay. So you'll see like Loon kind of, and she takes like says you hear where it's coming from, and she knows you can tell that Loon knows where it's coming from, but she kind of takes a much broader approach, kind of going wide. It takes a moment. You can still hear the little cup sound, and then all of a sudden you hear the "Ah!" and like you just see Loon like walking with a little kobold held in his mouth by the scruff.
Nice.
It's like leather shirt. Kind of starts walking back to you guys, all happy with
Lun
herself.
Lun,
Ah,
you not be. I'm sorry. Do you speak common? I sorry. I didn't mean Lun Lun. Uh,
I'm not
grab you
food.
up like that.
I'm not food. I am not food.
You're.
you're not
Not
We
food.
food.
we we mean no danger. I. This is not what it looks like.
We just wanna chat a little bit. How you doing? Sorry, Lulin, gently set him down. Wanna talk for a while?
Sits down, all
Sorry
happy
about
with
that.
herself. Doing the butt shake as a fox sitting down.
Aw.
You did so good, but that was not expected. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna head
Like
pat Lun Lun.
that is the biggest fox, the second biggest fox I've ever seen. Very big.
Yeah,
Biggest.
nice correction.
Whoop. Uh,
Wow, so
uh,
pointed of a correction. I can't wait to delve deeper into that.
yeah. Uh,
It's just another
Um,
kobold, kind of big, wide
I'm
eyed.
gonna get down and from my pipe, I'm gonna offer it to the kobold. I'm so sorry for that. I we don't mean any harm. Absolutely.
Me no smoke. Only shaman smoke. Me no smoke. And you see like he's like holding. He's in his hand. He's got like this little. It's a ball on a string that you flip into a cup. One of those little games. That's what you were hearing.
Oh, kendama.
Is
Is
that
that
what
what
it's
that's
called?
called? Jeez.
Yeah,
that's the hammer one, though, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one's
So
this part of that, yeah.
yeah. So he's got but it looks very homemade. It looks very like put together. It's very simple. It's like it's just, but it's like he's just holding it like down in the string, and the ball is kind of dangling out. It's like
What a nifty little toy. Is that yours? Is it
it's his,
magic?
and he points to Rock as he's kind of like asleep, or it's
Oh,
his.
oh.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll
Rock fell.
definitely.
Rock fell asleep.
Like, he's not like fully asleep, but he's like, yeah, Rock. Just to let you know, they swiped it from you in the dark. You never even noticed.
What?
Little sneaky bastards.
Well,
I'm
You
not
guys.
sure I'm gonna tell Rock that it's gone. I like this little guy. Anyway,
mm,
uh,
I'm glad our friend let you borrow it. He's pretty good at making friends too.
Um,
Uh,
I gotta interrupt. Cool
mm,
Fox. Brother said you're from Badwoods.
well,
You don't
trying to
look
get
like
out of there.
Badwoods.
We weren't like born or raised there. We just went up in the wrong forest, and we are like, "This is not a forest. This is a jungle." And we turned around and got out of there. Went too far around the mountain, through the mountain. Bad time.
I'm sorry as well. There's a little dialogue that we would wish to have with you. Unintrusively, of course. I don't wish to press you, but here's some from us. So we happened upon Carver, but we're we're looking for something and somebody and a couple of things in the mountain. And
Everyone comes down.
you
Everyone looks for shiny. Everyone looks for shiny. Bad shiny.
we're not really looking for shinies at all, actually. We're looking for more so resolution. Um
He
and
he looks away from you.
we went through the mountain in completion. We totally went through the mountain and ended up on the other side, it seems. And now we're trying to get out. That's why we came from the Badwoods.
Has many passages. People don't know, but you said resolution. I don't get what you mean. Can you explain what this big one means?
Resolution, kind of like mm, closure.
Hey Al,
Yeah.
I think this is probably warrants waking up Davis, at least.
The sun's come up. Do you think we should
I'll be right back.
It's about breakfast time, right? Do you think we
Cutting.
can
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Okay.
walk towards the like hut thing and
Yep, yep.
prod at Davis with like my hot not burning but like hot pipe. Davis, hey,
Hmm?
Davis.
What?
So,
So,
Hey,
Davis, the
I'm sorry.
last thing, real quick, the last thing that you remember, Davis, is that you're sleeping and dreaming. Like you're having a dream where there's a messenger coming to you from the mountain. And then you kind of wake up and it's dead in your face.
wait.
There's
Oi, is it? It's a little early, right?
it's a little early, but listen, this is worth waking up for. We have a friend outside. He's of the scaled type from the mountain. He might have information that we're looking for, and I figured you'd want to be a part of that.
Oh, yeah, sure. We, so, okay.
I'm sorry to wake you again,
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
it feels important. It feels like I must.
Okay.
And I'm gonna offer my hand out to pick you up.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yoink.
leverage?
All right.
Oh wait,
You're
no,
up.
do you have powerful build? I forget.
Yes, I do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
It's implicit.
Even though your strength is like pretty bad, isn't it? But still.
It's bad, but I have powerful build.
Nice. Okay.
So lifting, carrying, dragging, stuff like that.
Nice.
It's
I
considered a
do
size
have
large.
an addition. I have an additional bag full of our collective shit too.
Nice.
Good man.
I am the proverbial pack horse.
Like, is it? So as I'm kind of getting up, rubbing the sleep out of my eyes, it's like, do I need to get like ready and everything, or whatever? Just I'll
Come
lead
as
the
you
way. I'll
are.
follow you. It's fine. I'm like considering putting my armor on, but I'm just gonna be like, nah, fuck it, whatever. Let's just go.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to hand you the. I'm gonna try to hand you the pipe as well.
But okay, sure.
It's not that powerful stuff from last time, I promise.
Our shaman. Our shaman.
Wait, what do you? God, I don't. You guys do
Davis,
weird shit on your
Sorry.
watches. Like just.
Sorry, I was still talking sitting by the kobold. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I
it,
thought you were actually saying that character.
the one thing you'll see, Davis, is it's been a little time waking you up that Loon Loon is like down, like in like a pouncing position, and the kobold's just kind of there dangling a little string attached to like a cup, and and Loon Loon's like, he's like, hee hee,
So
just
wait,
playing with.
so where's Rock now? So like Davis is gonna look for Rock. So he'll first look back to
Think he's
where
sleeping in a
Sleep.
tree.
He's not asleep. Yeah, he kind of like he's at that place where he just fell asleep very quickly, but you can tell he's very easy to wake up. You just literally have to call out to him. He's like, I'm not asleep. I'm awake.
Rock, is this your friend from earlier that you told me about?
What? Friend? Yeah,
Just
we're
point.
friends. oh, did my kobold friends come back? I fell asleep there.
Anyway, yeah. Hey, excuse me, sir, ma'am. I don't know. Friend, hello.
Hello, brother. Found that one.
Does he sound like the last one?
Similar tonations. Like they kind of all speak.
Would I be able
So
to
far,
tell like the same or different, or not? Would I just even be able to tell?
they'll say that they're different. While I might not be able to portray a different voice,
Yeah.
they're different.
Jeez, Adam, you don't
Uh,
have two separate kobold voices ready to go. What the heck?
My immersion.
You're not. You're not the one from before. You sound different. Hi. Where's
No.
your friend?
Yeah, he just said it was
Is
his
that
brother, right?
Yeah, he gave it to me. He said to give it back. He took it.
Oh,
Hi. Welcome. I hope I hope they've been treating you well.
This one's fun. And as he like points to Loon being all excited.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Little friend, are you hungry perhaps?
Yeah, do we have was breakfast already going? Man, this is
It's usually ready when you wake up, but I haven't started yet.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get it going then. Yeah, so friend, what have they told you?
They points to Al and says, or they points to like himself.
Oh,
Got it.
my friends, what have they told you?
Not from Badwoods. We're traveling from Carver, not from Carver.
Not from Carver.
Carver, not from Carver. Visiting. Still don't
Yes.
get it. You came from Badwoods. Weird.
Said that we were looking for somewhat of a resolution.
I don't get what he means by
And
resolution. How do you find resolution?
Uh, anyway, what do you know about this mountain here?
Mountain is home.
Sorry?
Mountain is home.
Good, fantastic. I love that. Uh, we have a friend in there who may need our help in getting rid of a really bad thing that's in the mountain. Uh, actually, our friend looks kind of like this friend right here, and I'll point to Linlin and said, uh, except without with an eye missing, and I'll cover my eye just to just gesture displayingly. So, our friend in the mountain looks like this, no eye, has asked us to seek you and your friends and out to help us find them in the mountain. Do you know a way into the mountain so we can get to our friend inside the mountain?
No friend like that in mountain. There is picture. There is painting of friend of that type in
Okay.
mountain.
Well,
Big picture.
what about uh the heart of the mountain, the like a forge inside the mountain? Do you know anything? Does any of this sound familiar?
You talk Otsut. You must talk to Otsut. Otsut tell you.
Oh, sure. Where are they, and how quickly can we get there?
Mm, they in side of mountain. Cobalt Village. We get there today.
Oh, wow, that would be fantastic. Would you be
Um,
helping us, or is there somebody that could help us direct us to there? Like we could compensate you in some way. I don't know what you need, but we'd love to help.
we want mountain back to normal before we came. Before old family came. What do I say? Me take you into village where you meet Otsut and they tell you what they know. I have been given the okay to do so. And he does like a thumbs up.
Oh wow, you guys work fast. That's fantastic. Thank you
Mm,
so much. What
we saw sleeping bear man take care of history.
he does that, but
Mm,
okay, good. I'm glad
He
whatever he did, he did.
he buried.
not sure what that means that Shrugnar did last night, but at least it helped.
Yeah.
We've been this sounds spooky videos like this. We've been watching 5 days. You
Oh.
guys not very aware of what's going on.
Yeah, we're a bit out of our elements here.
I'll start looking around all over the place.
Well, I'm glad we had friends like you, keeping
Al,
lookout.
as you look out, you see like another kobold peek out of the trees and wave, and then hide.
I wave in that direction.
And then you see like another one kind of from another branch, like up in a tree in a branch, just kind of wave and then sneak back up.
Al feels small. He's
I mean,
kind of waving at the forest.
I guess that explains how you were able to get approval so fast. I thought this was the first time you'd encountered us, but seems like you've been our sort of guardians along the way. That's fantastic.
We have to watch bad inside of cave.
I believe it. We came from inside and it was not fun, and we're trying to make it better.
Mm. So we eat,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
go, and then as you say absolutely, he like blows a whistle, and you just see like 40 kobolds just.
It's like flood of kobolds. Oh. Wow.
And they all
Out of
say,
character,
"We
I was
eat
totally
in
hoping
unison."
for that.
They're like all like
I
excited.
don't know if we have enough for everyone.
They're like, me, 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 me.
Yeah.
And if you want to, we'll go ahead and take a break there as you're surrounded by a pack of 40 plus kobolds.